Casting procedures. Steps in casting procedures are given below. Now let's see the laboratory procedures. First, the die hardener is applied to the die to increase its surface hardness and to increase its resistance to abrasion. After drying, the die spacer is applied. This provides space for the luting cement, which used for the cementation of crown. Next, we use the inlay wax for making the wax pattern. The waxes are added in small increments and the wax coping is formed. Once the wax coping is ready, the sprue former is attached to the most bulkiest portion of the wax pattern. Here you can see the reservoir. The wax pattern attached with the sprue is then carefully removed. Then the wax pattern is attached to the crucible former. Crucible former is the base of the casting ring. The rubber casting ring is placed over the crucible former. Next, the investment powder and liquid mixed according to the manufacturer's instruction. For metal ceramic crown, the phosphate bonded investments are used. Here we are using vacuum mixer for the mixing of investment material. The mixed investment material is then completely poured into the mold, which is kept over the vibrator. The completely setted investment is removed, then it's now ready to undergo burnout. This is the burnout furnace. The mold is kept inside the furnace for 1 hour. Then the alloy pellets are now placed in the crucible. The burnout is completed. The mold is taken out and it's placed in the casting machine. The lid of the machine is closed and the temperature is set at a particular range. Now we can see the alloy started to melt. The molten metal then enters the mold and completely fills it. The mold is then removed from the machine and placed for cooling. Casting is then retrieved from the investment and then proceed with the finishing procedures. Here it is undergoing trimming. Sandblasting is done. This is the final look after sandblasting. The metal coping then undergone trimming and polishing. 0.5 mm thickness of metal coping is ideal. The metal coping is placed and verified on the cast. Then we proceed with porcelain layering. The porcelain is condensed in layers. First is the application of opaque layer. The powder and liquid mixed together and applied as a thin coating over the coping. It is then placed inside the porcelain furnace for sintering. Sintering is completed. Then the second layer is applied and again kept for sintering. The crown is slowly built up by applying the dentin porcelain, bloating the excess and condensing it. The enamel layer is applied. Then the occlusion is checked. All the occlusal morphologies are created. The crown is then removed from the die and placed for sintering. The final morphologies are corrected. Glazing layer is applied. Staining is done to obtain the natural appearance of the tooth, and it is placed in the furnace for sintering. This is the final look of porcelain fused metal ceramic crown.